Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm here with April's Horror Box, ready for you to dive in and get to it. So I'm going to show you everything that's going to come in this month's Horror Box, and I am also going to do a plan with me, because why not? So you're going to get 52 weeks of Halloween plan with me's. And the reason for that is because I looked in my main planner and I'm really far ahead, and I don't want to be that too far ahead. So we're going to wait a week on that one. So you get 52 weeks. Plan with me's here. I'm going to do this one, and then at the end of the week, there will be another one. So let's get into it, okay? We've got lots to do. Move this out of the way. And here we go. So base kit or the full kit, will be in here. This is the one that is represented in the shop. So you have the full boxes, and first off, my favorite box are these guys right here. These mummy wrapped peeps are absolutely my favorite. I am loving them, but there are just extra little details. Like you've got the kind of demonic type bunny going on. You've got the clown dying Easter eggs. Clearly there's going to be blood because this is a horror box. But then, do you guys know where this came from? If you don't, let me know down below and I will tell you. But we've got other little snippets in there to just be like, hello, this is our horror stuff. So loving this box as well. So full boxes, bottom washi with the Easter bunnies, your checklists and deco and sidebar, half boxes and third boxes, the very famous page that we all love, this page right here. And these colors, I really do love them for Easter. They're so much fun. Your solid boxes, your patterned boxes, and your date covers and glitter headers. So you will get two differentiating weeks. Ooh, that was a hard word for a minute there, so that you can plan with us more than once if you want to, okay? Or pull those date covers into a different spread if you're a daily planner, doing that. And then we have our 3-page journaling kit. So you have these items right here. Loving the colors, loving the patterns, and your washi sheet, double box, all that jazz. Okay, so those are the 2 kit options that will come in here. As always, just like we do with our mystery kits, there will be date dots and squiggles plus the B6 washi. So if you're a B6 planner, I got you covered. I got you covered, boo. Okay, so you got those. We will then have die cuts, and there's 6 die cuts in here, and they are on our frosty clear paper. And I did that because I figured that would be really fun to, if you wanted to incorporate a couple of these together, you weren't having that white offset that was going to cover over. It would peer through the clear paper offset. So you've got your kind of rotted, blood spattered peeps. You've got your blood spattered and cracked eggs, your bunny, your plastic eggs, and instead of having like jelly beans in there, we've got fingers and eyeballs, because why not, right? You have your Easter baskets, and then my favorite always and forever are the mummy wrapped peeps. So there we have those. Okay, so we're not done. As with every box, you get a specialized washi card. So I love to use these washi cards to tear off the washi. They are metal. If you bend them too hard, they will bend, but you could also wrap washi loosely around it to put in your planning, your, like if you have a planner pocket or whatnot, to take washi on the go. But you have that scene on the front. So that was that one box I told you about. And then if you flip it over, y'all, there's mummy wrapped peeps on the back. I love it. They're so cute. They came out so adorable, and I love them. Okay, so you got the washi card. We still have some more. Vellum notepad and a pen. So we have 4 different color options for pens. And I'm going to show you what the pen says here in just a minute. And I thought it was just super cute. That's the reason why I got it. But we made vellum notepads. So you have this vellum notepad that has your lines for you to write whatever you need. It's got the background, and it is a smaller notepad. It does have only 25 sheets. It's not a sticky notepad. These were all made in-house. So there's that you will get. And then the pen. I'll show you the colors. So 4 options. You can either get yellow, pink, green, or red. They will be done randomly in the box. And this is why. So we have this cute little bunny on here, and he's so mad. And I was like, he's so cute, but they call him Lunatic Lunny. And it's, you can't help loving Lunny, who is a lunatic. And I was like, you know what? That kind of goes a little bit perfect with obviously having kind of the crazy horrorness going on here. So these are very fine tip. They are 0.38. They say they're ballpoint pens, but I feel like they kind of write like a gel pen. So I'm not mad at them. Hence the reason why we put them in here. So here are all of the colors. And I just thought that would be super cute to go with your vellum notepad. Throw it. If you are not a fan of using colored pens for like your planner spreads, take this and put it in your purse so that you always have a pen with you, because how many times do you need a pen and you don't have it? It's tiny enough, just throw it in your purse. That's what it's meant for, right? Throw it in your bag so that you always have a pen, put it in your car, whatever needs to be, okay? And then last, but certainly not least, are the washies. So instead of doing the drips foiled this time, we decided to do them a solid color. So that is washi number 1, because I wanted Easter bunny ears to be foiled. And so here we have washi number 2. So you get both these washies in your box. This is a 15 millimeter and this is a 10 millimeter. I love using the 10 millimeter in my monthly spread. It works very well for where you've got to put the weekly, like the days of the week headers. So let's go ahead and get started on this, shall we? All right, so surprisingly, you guys are gonna be like, wow, she's really planning for April on her birthday. That just keeps popping up. That's another reason why you guys are getting this video, because the next week that I'm available to plan is my birthday week, and I haven't picked out my birthday kit yet. So yeah, that's another reason why. So I'm pretty far ahead, but I don't need to be that far ahead because we just barely started March. So we are going to plan this for April 3rd through the 9th because Easter is the 9th. So that's why we're choosing this. So let me go ahead and put this off to the side. I am going to show you. Should I show you? Yeah, I'll show you here, and then I'll show you again on Friday. So this is what this last week has turned out to be like. Like I said, we're currently on Saturday, so there are some things to obviously still be filled out and whatnot, but it is bright, it is colorful, it is all Halloween. I love it, right? Man, we got people just hamming it up on the Instagram stuff. So I will do my monthly at the end of March, the last Sunday in March. I will do a live plan with me in my Facebook group, and we will do this monthly, just like what I did here. So that's what I love to do. I've got the wacky holidays, and that's what I was talking about. I love to use this washi right here with my bottom washi. So that's what we're going to do today. We are going to use this washi down here, and we'll save the bottom washi in the kit for the actual monthly plan with me at the end of the month. So let's go ahead, and I'm really horrible at laying down this kind of washi. It just doesn't work. And so I got a new phone that I'm filming with that has more storage. It's obviously much better. I also had to kind of maneuver my filming arm around, and so now I'm back to not knowing where to put my head, but that's okay. I do have some other things. I am going to try out some other filming arms. I am trying to decide. I think I'm just gonna do the washi just to here. And we're gonna do the extra full box down at the bottom like we've done in the past. So here we go. This last week, we went on a field trip. Granted, it was a really great field trip and it was something that we actually had to get done because we had to run some errands. So to give you a little bit of backstory, this is gonna combine personal with business, okay, this story, right? So not this last week, but the week before, I want to say, my husband and I went up to Houston because we live an hour and a half outside of Houston. So we went up to Houston to do some shopping. We needed to do Costco. We needed to do the Container Store, and I also needed to run to Sephora to get some more face stuff, which they sucked because they were all out of the stuff that I really, really needed. So that really kind of sucked. But I needed to go to the Container Store because we had, I'm going to also save the date dots for the monthly plan with me as well. So I'm going to just use regular date dots here. Okay. Get my stuff situated. That's what I need to do. All right. Okay, I'm not going to use any of those headers, so we will set those off to the side as well. And here we go. Most definitely this box is going up here. Okay, so I have run out of storage containers for the washi and needed to go to the Container Store to get some. I ended up picking up the wrong ones, which in and of itself is kind of annoying because I live so far away, so it's not an easy thing to just be like, oh, this weekend I'll just run back while I'm out running errands, because we don't really run errands that way up in Houston. We have to really plan them out. So one of the things we've been wanting to do is go to NASA, but we just didn't know when. And we also knew it was going to be kind of pricey. A spoiler alert, it is very pricey, okay? If you ever have the chance to go to NASA, be prepared to pay. It is expensive. And that's even with us having a military discount on it. So that's kind of, first off, that's a little like, gee, thanks. But second, like, man, you really do have to plan this out. So we knew we wanted to go to NASA. We didn't know when, and we knew we needed to combine it with other things. Well, having to return packages is definite, or not packages, but having to return items because you got the wrong one, I guess technically is a pretty good reason to go, because this washi has been sitting around. WashiGate 2023 is officially over, hence the reason why we're doing this, because this roll of washi right there was in it. I'll get to that story in just a moment too. But we don't like to go up there to Houston if we don't have to. One of the things we've been wanting to do is start checking off some of the things off of our bucket list. It's no secret that we are looking for a house and getting ready to move. Not going to be a huge thing. We've done it before. Take a couple days, get it done. We do have the military that's going to be able to do this for us this time, so that is going to make things a lot easier because they will come in and pack everything out, and the only thing we will have to worry about is the business aspect. That makes me extremely happy, so I'm excited about that, and ready to get that ball rolling. So like I said, it's no secret that we are getting ready to move. So we're trying to get our bucket list done. The things that we've wanted to do. And when we lived in San Antonio, we always wanted to go to NASA, but we knew it was going to be a long trip because it's already about 3 to 4 hours, depending on stuff, from San Antonio to the Houston area to do NASA. So we knew it would need to be an overnight trip. So that's why we never did it when we were in San Antonio. We didn't want to have to leave our puppies and stuff like that. Okay, let me take a look here. I want to see how did we do Marches? Okay, so that's how we did Marches. How did we do, how have we been doing? That's how we did February's. And then I have January's as the first one. Okay, so we actually have not used, well, no, we did use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, because I did pull out another sticky note from my collection. I'm trying to decide how I want to do this. And I kind of am thinking of focusing on the patterned and solid boxes because they're patterned and solid. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I think that's what we're going to do. Okay, this is what we're going to do. However, I'm going to keep like all the patterned stuff in together and then we'll work it through that way. Let me go ahead and get these items down for whichever. This is very much similar to the way that I do my everyday like work planner stuff. I like putting these ones down here because I can use them as either their dinner list or I can use them as just one extra thing that they did that day. So that's kind of nice there. But yeah, we're trying to get our bucket list checked off. And now that we live only an hour and a half away from Houston and that area, we knew that we needed to do it being here. So we're like, we got to do it before we move. That's just the way it's gonna go. That's what we have to do. Buying the wrong size containers, clearly, oh, no, that's not the one that I want to use. Clearly moved up the need to go back to Houston. Now, mind you, we usually only do Houston about 1 to 2 times a month. It really kind of depends what we have going on in terms of the schedule, what needs to be done. Are there any things that we must do while we're up there? All that jazz. So this one pushed it up because we'd already been to Houston the week before. Now we're having to go to Houston again. Not ideal. And so I made the executive decision that we were going to do NASA. I was like, field trip time. The kids are going on a field trip. We're going to NASA. That way I can return my containers and get the ones that I actually need. And that's just going to be the end of it. And my husband's like, oh my goodness. Okay, I guess this is what we're doing. Yes, this is what we're doing. Okay, let's see. What do I want to do? I do know that in one of these last weeks, I used these bigger grid boxes as like my, like things that needed to be checked off and done that day. So trying to decide what I want to do. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep to just using, I'm not going to use the check boxes. I will use the sidebar items, but I'm not going to use the check boxes. I'm going to use all of these. That's what I'm going to do. All right. I've got lots and lots of headers and stuff going on here. Let's see. Can I fit 2 in here? I think I can. I think I can fit 2 in here. And then this, we're gonna stack these guys. Okay. Yep, I can fit 2. But we have to lift this one up because that one should have been up top. All right, perfect. So I made the executive decision. Wow, I just kind of like came out of nowhere with that. So I made the executive decision that we were gonna go do NASA. Kids were excited. I was excited. I've always wanted to go do NASA. Okay, there we go. because we have the line go right through to do it, you can butt it right up, and it actually looks like it's meant to be this size of the box. It's really, really great. I love it. Head out to NASA to do NASA first. And fortunately, at the same time, we also ended up needing to run to the bank that day. So my father-in-law, I know I'm making some big segues. My father-in-law loves to call me up and talk books, and then have me look for books on Amazon for him to have them shipped to his house. And I love doing it. And stuff. And then he sends me a check in the mail. Well, he sent me a check, and when I saw the check, he kind of fumbled a lot of it up. And normally I just do like an e-deposit. Ooh, what do I want to do here? I want to do something a little different. Normally I just do an e-deposit and stuff, but I didn't want it to be rejected and then have to go up to the bank at a later time and talk about it and try and figure out how to cash this check type thing, right? He is much older, so that's just part of, you know, aging. You start to fumble things up. Anyways, went into the bank, was able to do everything I needed to in the bank, which was really, really nice. But it just was one more thing that I was like, perfect. Now I have like some solid good reasons to go up to Houston and get this stuff done. So that's where we went. Off to NASA first, and then to do the errands afterwards. So remember, I told you that it's expensive at NASA, right? It is expensive. It's very expensive. I'm not going to tell you exactly how much. You can look up the ticket prices. However, we did add on a special tour. We added on the mission control tour, which that was fan-freaking-tastic, man. Oh my goodness, that was so much fun to watch and everything. And I just looked over at my kids when that was happening, and I could see them just being like so awe-inspired and amazed. Anyways, I digress. Let's see, okay, we'll do this one. So we added that tour on, and we went in and we had so much fun. It is not anything like what you could imagine. They have really, like, this is very much a hands-on exhibit. You are to be reading and looking, and it's so awesome. I mean, we walked in and the place was just huge. I was like, oh my gosh. My husband was like, it's not what I was expecting. I was like, he thought it was going to be very much like Mount Rushmore. You go and you walk, okay, cool, yay. No, there was a lot of hands-on stuff to do for the kiddos, and that place was packed. Oh my goodness, was it packed. It was so busy. So many schools there and everything, but it was, I mean, we had such a blast. So the mission control tour is a paid one you have to go on, and it takes you to the mission control building, and they have it set up back to what it looked like in July 1969. Okay, has it back to July 1969 when when Apollo 11 landed on the moon. Okay, so they have spent all this money restoring it to get it back to its pristine glory. The seats we sat in were original seats that they had there. It was the VIP viewing room. And then they restored all the computers back into mission control, put the screens back up, and they, you know, because they recorded everything, they were able to show all of what was happening on the screen for us as the lunar module was going down to the moon, and got to see the first steps and hear the communications happening. It was just wonderful. It was so much fun. And I was a little bit worried that my kids would be bored. none of my kids were bored. None of my kids were bored. So that was, whew, that was exciting as a mom. None of your kids bored? Yes. Brush that one off my shoulder and be like, woohoo. They let us take pictures. They let us take videos. It was just, you did have to walk up 3 flights of stairs. So that was, come on, let's get to where we need to be. So that was fun and exciting. But yeah, we had so much fun. I did want to go on the other tram tour that takes you to the Apollo 13, like the buildings for Apollo 13 and Rocket Park and stuff like that. But we just didn't have the time. They do tell you to do everything there. So to like watch the little movie that they have going on, to see all of the exhibits, to go on all the tram tours and everything. They definitely say block out 4 to 5 hours. I personally think you need more than that, especially if there are like school classes going on and stuff. And we went on a Wednesday, you guys. Wednesdays are not typical of field trip days. So that was pretty shocking to see. I mean, there were a lot of schools there. So, but we had a great time. Kids, I always quiz my kids after we go to these types of places, because I want to know how much reading of the stuff that they did, what they noticed, how they noticed things, and stuff like that. And they did really well. I'm telling you, they did extremely well considering how packed it was. They read a lot of stuff. They paid attention to things, especially in like the busy areas, because there was so they have this whole little area where there's like this Mars exhibit, you know, because that's what we're trying to do, get humans to Mars. And they have this screen up that shows the current like weather on Mars. And there were so many kids around there, and I paid attention to it because I thought it was fascinating. But I didn't know if my kids had paid attention to it. So I took a picture of it and, you know, obviously memorized what the weather was so that I could ask them that question later. They all knew the answer to the weather on Mars that day. I was like, hey, yeah, well, I'm impressed. They had, like I said, hands-on exhibits to show you what like gravity was like on Earth versus Mars. Shocked us all. That was crazy. Yeah, I mean, we just had a wonderful time. I'm really glad we got to do it before we left. Like I said, we didn't get to do everything. Of course, we always pick up souvenirs. This time, I did tell my kids, I was like, you have to get you a shirt. You have to get you a, you know, a shirt. That's your souvenir from here. And then, you know, we got the freeze-dried ice cream sandwiches, because you really can't go to an astronaut's place without having some ice cream sandwiches. And then I got my pin for my pin board. And yeah, I think that's about it for what we did at NASA. Lots of walking, lots of seeing things. But that really kind of is it. And then, you know, I went and did my errands that I had to do, of course, and cleared them out on their packages, ran to the bank, did the stuff that I needed to get done at the bank, which was super nice. But yeah, it was a fun and exciting week. By Thursday, I completely forgotten what I was doing, and forgot to film stuff for like an upcoming vlog video. I'm really gonna try to see how the footage comes together. Fingers crossed. I don't know how that's gonna look, and just start trying to see how all of that is and doing that. But yeah, oh my goodness. So yeah, I got my new phone. I'm filming from my new phone, which I'm really excited about. That way anybody can, you know, text me. I got all this stuff everywhere, and I'm trying to clean it up so that I'm not like working in such a cramped environment, because that's kind of how I feel right now. But yeah, other than that, I mean, let's see, let's do the yellow. Other than that, last week has been kind of boring. Not much has gone on in the way of everything, just trying to get everything done. I mean, you guys know how it is. It doesn't matter whether or not you're a mom with kids or stuff. If you are a working adult, you know that life is just busy. That's just the end of it. So, I mean, is that not why we do what we do here? We are so busy that we do this stuff so that we know where we need to be and when we need to be there, so that we can maintain being functional adults. It's crazy. We were talking about adulthood the other day, and my husband was like, have to make adult decisions. I'm like, you know what? I get that I am almost 39, so I am gonna be in my last year of my 40s or 30s. Wow, I'm just gonna age myself all day long. And I still have to make adult decisions. This is bananas. I didn't sign up for this one. So yeah, if you feel that way, know that, you know, we are I'm there with you in spirit, because some of this stuff is for the birds. Okay, finishing this up. I know this has been a little bit of a longer video, but reveal videos are always a little bit longer, it's just their nature. So finishing this up, and then I will have a whole bunch of stuff left over to be able to do the monthly with, which I'm excited about. If you have not gotten the other horror boxes, they're still up in the shop. There's not very many left of each of them. So once they're gone, they're gone. I won't bring this project back. So if it entices you in any way, and honestly, you could use them for Halloween. I mean, why not? Use them for Halloween. All right, sidebar. Okay, for the kids, let's see. If I leave this open for, okay, I'm trying to look at my headers. You know what? I'm going to do feeding time, and I'm going to leave this as one more, what is it called? Thing that they do during the day. So I'm going to do their weekly menu. Their weekly menu can sometimes differ from mine, hence the reason that I put it in here, because sometimes they have different food than I do. And that's just dependent on what's on the menu and whatnot. So, okay, we got to make sure that we put a box in there, because that's what I've been doing. Yeah, I've been putting a box down for their, for what week it is. I still need to get on top of that. Please don't be mad at me that I can't get it together. And then trying to think of what else. Habit trackers. I think the habit tracker will be just fine to put in here, and it just kind of breaks it up and gives a little bit of space. Ooh, I'm wondering if I should put two. Let's see. Let's take this one and this one. Okay, let me move this one out of the way for a minute, and let's see. Let's put this here in between these two lines, and then if we do this in between these two lines, oh yeah, that's much better. I like that. I like that, so that I can get my 2 habit trackers in. 3, I think, for my kids is too many. And there we have it. We have April's horror box all laid down. I have plenty of stickers left to do my April monthly, which I will do at the end of the month. I love doing this washi. The more I do this, the more I'm wanting to use my washi. Seriously, you guys, seriously. Like, I love the fact that I can use this in my monthly and I've got this. I don't know, it's just taking me back. It's making me feel nostalgic, and I like feeling nostalgic. So horror boxes are now live. Go ahead and go grab you one. If you have any questions, leave them down below. All the pricing information will be in the description box and stuff. And yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah, so if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave me comments down below, and make sure you're subscribed. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye now.